Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about sadness. You know why? Because we all experience sadness, a part of us that feels sad about the loss of someone or something that we formed a connection to. And when we feel sad, sometimes we don't know what to do with all those sad feelings. Sometimes we get mad. Sometimes we don't want to talk about our sadness. Sometimes we want to hide from our sadness. Sometimes we don't even want to eat or sleep because we're feeling so sad. And then other times, we just don't know what else to do but feel that sadness and we just cry. And you know what? Crying is okay. It's really okay because it's your body's natural way of releasing the sad stress feelings about feeling so sad from your body. It's your natural way of releasing your sadness. So go ahead, it's okay to cry sometimes. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a sad bag, because a sad bag has all sorts of things in it for you to use to cope and feel and express your sadness, because we all need support and help with our sad feelings. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so here's what you're going to need to make a sad bag. A pad of paper, a paper to draw my pictures, some crayons, some Play-Doh, some bubbles, a little jar with some paper, some cards for Sad Buster cards, plus a sad pillow, a pillowcase that we can draw our sad feelings on. And you're going to need a bag, okay? Any bag will do to put all of these items in for your sad bag. You will also need Guatemalan worry dolls. Now we can make these. They're little dolls, see, that were made in Guatemala by moms. And the legend has it that if you, every night before you go to bed, tell each Guatemalan worry doll a worry, a feeling of sadness that you're having, and you tell the dolls and you put them in a little bag, and then you put them under your pillow at night, all night, they're going to figure out how to help you and support you with your worry. So you don't have to hold all those worries all by yourself. You can also make them by getting a stick, a popsicle stick. Like if you have any popsicles at home, save your sticks. You can get some yarn and put yarn around the sticks, and that could be one worry doll. Or you can just draw a picture on a few popsicle sticks, and those are your worry dolls. So you get to tell them your worries and what you're feeling sad about every night. So let's begin. So paper to draw, you're going to have some paper. You're going to think about your sadness. You're going to draw a picture about your sadness. It could be the word sad. You could draw eyes with crying. You could draw a waterfall. You can draw a house. You can draw a person, or the person that you're feeling sad about. A wish journal. A wish journal you can decorate, put stickers on it. And what this means is, what's really important is when we're feeling sad, we sometimes can't look to the future. So making a wish journal helps us remind ourselves that we can have good things again over time. So I wish that I could go to Disneyland. I wish that I maybe could go see my brother, who I haven't seen in a long time, or a family member that we don't often get to see. I wish that I could see them. I wish that I could go play with my friends again soon. So any wishes we put in our wish journal. So our Play-Doh, just like if you've seen my Anger Bag movie or the Stress Bag movie, this is the same concept, same idea. However, you're putting your sad feelings in here because we need to push it out. We need to feel it to heal it. So feel the sadness, move through the sadness, and let the sadness out of our bodies because we can't hold it all by ourselves. And then bubbles. Think of your sad experience, your sad feelings, the loss of maybe your pet or someone in your family. Take a big deep breath. And watch those feelings go away. Release those feelings of sadness. Release it. And then there's a photo album. So a photo album is you put pictures in here that make you feel happy. So a beautiful picture of something, an animal, or your animal that's no longer with you, picture of your family or the people that you're missing in your family, a funny picture, something that makes you laugh, something that makes you feel good. Like that picture makes me feel really good. And then sad buster cards. So these are cards that you write things to do to help your sadness. So cry on my tear pillow to catch my tears for me. Take 5 deep breaths slowly. And release out more than you breathe in every time. You can say kind things to yourself like, you'll get through this. It will take some time, but you will get there soon. You'll feel better soon. Take a moment, imagine you're a turtle, go inside your shell, and go into your body, and see if you can find any space or place in your body that gives you a sense of feeling good. Just a little bit. Maybe there's a still, quiet place where you can just relax a little bit. Just take a moment. See where in your body feels good right now. And that is also having compassion for yourself. Say a loving kindness message to the person or animal that you miss and give them 3 wishes. So, I wish Grandpa that you're happy. I wish Grandma that you're making your macaroni and cheese wherever you are and it tastes so good. And to Frankie, my cat, I hope that you're happy running around in the clouds. So 3 good wishes for the person or animal that you're missing. And last is the sad pillow. So the sad pillow is you get to draw either a sad face, a sad picture, and you put your feelings on here. You allow this to be a place that you can go crawl up to, cry if you need to cry, and let it out, and your pillow is going to hold all those tears for you. And I want to teach you how to make a feel-good plan. And what a feel-good plan is things that you can do to help you feel better. Now, you get a piece of paper, or this is a whiteboard, and you write 3 things that can help you feel good. And everybody has something different. So on this, exercise. Exercising actually helps release really good feelings from your brain to your body. So exercising is great. It could be for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. You could do some sit-ups or some jumping jacks just to get your heart going. Get yourself feeling a little bit out of breath is totally okay. Number 2, do fun activities like dancing, like running around, like listening to happy music, listening to some jokes, or reading a joke book, or drawing something happy. And last, play with animals. If you happen to have a dog or a cat, they're the best to just snuggle with and feel good about yourself and feel good about them. And if you don't have an animal, you can look at webcams. And those are live cams of animals all around the world in their natural habitats or those that are being taken care of by others. You can see kittens, cats, puppies. It's so good, and it will help you feel good to watch those pets and those animals. So here's a great idea to help you create your own feel-good plan. All right? And last but not least is I want you to get a blanket, put the blanket around you as firm, as comforting as you can. And I want you to imagine that your blanket is giving you the biggest hug that you need right now. Taking a deep breath and release that. Give yourself a hug, because it's not easy being with sad feelings, but know that when you have compassion for yourself, you will get through them. And it's okay to be comforting and soothing and nurturing to yourself, because you're your own best friend. And then, after all of this, after you've chosen a few things, you don't have to have all of these things. You can choose 3 things to put in your sad bag. You get your sad bag, you put your things in there, one by one, the ones that you chose, and you put this somewhere. And you can write on your bag, things to do when I feel sad to help my broken heart feel glad. And then you're going to put this somewhere where you can see it. And you know that there is a place for your sadness that you can go to. 3 things I want you to remember. Number 1, practice. I want you to do this before you have your sad feelings. When you start to feel your sad feelings coming up, you can do this after your sad feelings. Sometimes we can't do it while we're having our sad feelings, but we can catch ourselves and go, whoa, I'm starting to feel sad. I want to go cry now. Or I'm going to go draw now. Or I'm going to go find my Play-Doh now. And I want you to practice a little bit at a time every day. After you wake up, after lunch, even before bedtime is a really good time to practice. And number 2, I want you to congratulate yourself. It's hard to feel sad feelings, but it's so good and you'll feel so relieved after. So I want you to congratulate yourself. Yay, you can pat yourself on the back and go, yay, I did it. And number 3, I want you to teach this to somebody else. Because guess what? When you teach what you've learned to somebody else, you learn it 85 times more. Isn't that amazing? So that is a way to learn these tools even better. Teach somebody else. And last but not least, I want to say thank you for being here and helping the world go round and helping each other with our sad feelings today. And just chill. See you next time. Bye.